Sadhan means devices, facilities, comforts. And sadhana is actually efforts. But one who does sadhana is called sadhak. So first I just want to define a little bit on what is sadhana. Sadhan you know, devices we know, comforts we know, facilities we know. But what is sadhana? So I want to talk about 10 important aspects of sadhana. But first most important quality in sadhana is why a person decides to do sadhana is true love for the self. When this true love for the self emerges, even without knowing the self, but I want to make myself elevated, I want to be pure, I want to have higher purpose in life, I want to have good aim in life. And this comes from the feelings which emerge for the self, like true love for the self. So love is first most important quality of a sadhak or for sadhana. And the second important quality is bhavna. Bhavna here is, when there is bhavna means you have pure feelings, then there is respect. Like we have bhavna, like devotees have bhavna for deities. And from there, the third important quality in sadhana, which emerges because of the love and bhavna, third important thing is disciplines. That is why, like in bhakti, in path of devotion, they will do many days fasting and many different, Baba calls them sometimes penances, because they feel that's the way they can control their senses. But discipline about timing, discipline about eating habits, discipline about hearing, how do I use my senses? And discipline is something which is considered very high quality, you know. I was in Bombay when I was visiting Dadiji, so there was Dr. Ashok Mehta's wife, and they are from Jain religion. So something came up and they said that they had been giving Dadi this liquid food. So one of the sisters said, but how will she get strength? And she said, it's enough, you know. Then she was saying that how much in Jain religion, even when child is very young, they do a lot of fasting. And she was saying that if you don't eat, if you fast, or eat little, you always will be healthy. But if you eat more, you will always be sick. And she was trying to convince that how important it is to have discipline. And you must have heard that in Yagya, during Brahma Baba's time, Baba used to from time to time create certain disciplines for a while. You must have heard the story Dadi Janki, many seniors Dadis share, because I was not there and I enjoyed. And Dadi said that because let's say when food is very tasty, so food will finish fast. When it's not of their taste, a lot of food will be left. So one time Baba said for 2 months everyone had to write, I will eat 1.5 chapati or I will eat 2 chapatis. And then whatever sabji, whatever vegetables are there, because if it is left, then still in here it's very easy. You have workers, laborers, extra people you can give. But in other countries, even if you put in fridge, the chemistry of food changes. So you're using leftovers. No? So, but Baba's days, it was like it has to be fresh breakfast, fresh lunch, like here. Now also, whatever we have now is what created by Brahma Baba. No? Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba combined, set certain rules, regulations. So discipline, like sleep in time, waking up in time. Because what happens, senses can very easily become very comfortable, you know. Because discipline also purifies sense organs. And it increases the capacity, the energy. If there is no discipline, your immune system is not strong. One who lives a life of discipline will have a very strong immune system. And fourth important thing which is needed for sadhana is to follow certain principles and values. Like accepting anything which is like bribery. Somebody is trying to favor you, trying to win you, please you, by giving something material to you. That's why this Baba's box, that nobody knows who puts what. So that it shouldn't happen because this one gives more or that one gives less. Or no, they are souls. Whatever anyone is giving is for Baba's yajna. So certain values of truth, of honesty, of trusteeship. Some principles we know, like we say study regularly is a principle. To have good company is a principle. But there are everyday's life, you have to have certain very, very firm principles in your life. Because when you have principles, you are honest and you are truthful, then whatever comes as a situation, it doesn't upset you, it doesn't stir you, it doesn't shake you because of your honesty and truth. Because you know that that's your principle and you live by that principle. So it's a great strength and stability. And fifth important element in sadhana actually is what we call it renunciation. What interferes my sadhana? That means, do I have enough distaste? Or still I enjoy certain things which are tamoguni or which are rajoguni, they're not pure. Whether it's conversations, whether seeing something or... So renunciation of vices is one thing, but just deep within, it's like everyone can feel that how you are away from everything. When you have distaste for something, you keep away. And the sixth important thing connected with renunciation is simplicity. Anything, Baba mentions about expensive things like people have watches, glasses, shoes, because they can't wear expensive clothes. So they put money into these things. No? Overall, whole lifestyle should be so elegant and simple. Simplicity has its own beauty. One time, sometimes like during day, out of fun, we used to, the group from Nepal will come and bring a Nepali hat for Baba, cap for Baba. So Baba will wear it just to make them happy. And he said, I cannot change. The same kurta, same slipper, whatever he wore forever. And then what is most important, I forgot the number, it's 7 or something. 7 is determination. Baba had recently talked, Baba always had been talking, because in sadhana you need determination. Because then otherwise this lack of sadhana means temptations. And very subtle desires. And anything you do with subtle desires become bondage for you. Later on you realize that because I did it because of subtle desire, you are settling in a different way. And then after that, 8th one is concentration. You must have heard any Brahma Baba's stories, but we have Avyakt Bab Dada sitting in front of us for hours. Even those who are sitting next or whatever they're saying or talking or doing, but he is busy with whatever he has to do. Very total concentration. And you see when the Gulzar sits, no, how there's total focus, total concentration. Nothing should interfere. Whether it's 1 minute, whether it's 1 hour, whether it's now it's whole life, And then it comes, which is very important, is tapasya or power of yoga. Because for Baba's task, for my personal fulfillment, what is needed? Last night Dadi Gulzar spent some time with us and she was saying, we have to make 8 hours of yoga. She says, because as Baba's children, our power of yoga is Mansa Seva. She said, what is Mansa Seva? She said, it's power of yoga. 10th element in sadhana, 10th one is, what is true service? That's why when people spend so much time on computer, so much time on this, but what is true service? Organization is important, management is important, this is important. But what is really true service is to serve the souls. If you sit and churn knowledge together, if you give Baba's introduction. So this is how I thought that these 10 elements in sadhana, all 10 are very important. Okay, Om Shanti.